have come with a common purpose, for some of the same reasons as each of you, to share the same experience with you. So look around, look people in the eye, see who's here, start to establish a connection, because you're going to spend the next couple of days talking to these people, sharing ideas, and creating something new, something that's never existed. The glory of open space, to me, is that each time an open space event occurs, it's magic. You guys are here for an opportunity to create an event that has never happened before and will never happen again. You're here with a common theme, which is alt.net. Whatever that means to each of you. You're here to talk about alt.net. You're here to talk about the community that you have, by virtue of belonging to it, helped to create. Yes, we've had another meeting or two. Yes, there have been conversations on mailing lists and elsewhere. What happens here this weekend will be something special, and it'll be up to you. So given that it's up to you, I'm going to tell you sort of some of the basics of how open spaces work. First of all, as you know, there is no agenda. You're going to create one, and I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. But first, I want to tell you about the 4 principles of open space. The first principle is, whoever is here, whoever comes, is the right people. Because it's the people who have the passion and have taken the responsibility to take action in this community. So whoever comes is the right people. You'll see this on the posters around the wall, and I have them up there because I may forget. Whatever happens is the only thing that could happen. Now, this sounds obvious, but by virtue of the fact that the people who are here are the right people, whatever comes out of this is the only thing that can come out of this. If there are actions, if there are conversations, if there are follow-ons, that's the only thing that can happen. Third, whenever it starts is the right time. You can think of that in terms of the alt.net community. You can think of it in terms of this space and the conversations that happen here. Whenever it starts is the right time. And when it's over, it's over. That doesn't mean that the conversations are over. It doesn't mean that the community is over. It means that this event, even each session, when it's over, is sort of over. Of course, when we start scheduling sessions, I'll tell you now that if you're in a conversation, you're in a session, it's in a time slot, in a space, and the time in that space is up, the conversation doesn't have to end. Take it out in the hall, take it to another room, take it in the parking lot, doesn't matter. If you're not done, you don't have to stop the conversation. What you do have to do is respect that that space is allocated to another conversation at that time. And that's part of my job, is to make sure that each space is free when it's supposed to be free. So how are we going to have an agenda? We have blank spaces on the wall up there. That's sometimes referred to as the marketplace. The way we're going to create an agenda is you guys are going to create it. And the way you're going to create it is up here in the middle, there are some stickies. I know that they're stickies because they're from Staples and they say stickies on the back. And there's a bunch of pens. If you have a topic, an issue that you would like to discuss, you will come up to the center of the room, write down your name and the topic on one of the stickies. Then you will stand here in the middle and say, my name is, and my issue is, or my topic is. And you'll read what you've written. No dissertations. If what you've written is not clear enough, say a couple extra words, and at that point, go put it up on the wall. Go pick a time and a room. I've marked the rooms. There's a map on this center whiteboard. Okay, it's sort of a map. I did the best I could. This room is Euclid. We also have Van Gogh, Michelangelo, and Einstein, which are over on the other side of the floor. We're going to have 2 conversations in this room at any time. We'll use one corner and the other corner. there'll be 2 in here, 1 in each of the other 3 rooms. So we have 5 conversations going on at any time. So when you write your topic, go up and put it on the wall in a time slot in a room. Now, if you should happen to notice that there's one that's similar and you think they overlap, go ahead and combine them. If you think that there's something opposite yours that, man, that's really interesting, and you think there are a lot of people who are going to want to go to that, or you want to go to it, you can negotiate with other people about times and places. This is yours. I'm not going to go up and referee, because it's not mine. So it's up to you guys to put all of this together to get it up on the wall. Now, what happens if there's more topics than there are spaces? Negotiate it. Figure it out. Go to somebody who's got something up there and say, do you want to put it together? Do you mind? Whatever it is. If there's not enough places, go out in the hall. Tomorrow and Sunday, we pretty much have the whole floor, so if you really have something you want to talk about and there's no room for it, find a place. Okay. There's a thought that's escaping me. Okay. Logistically, we also have an auditorium. Did you want to talk about that?
So one option is we've got a big auditorium. It would be great. It's a really cool auditorium. It would be a great place for like continuous fishbowl, or it'd be a great place for lightning talks. You know, if you want to plug in your 5-minute talk. So if you're pitching, keep that in mind. We have this great resource that works out well for that form factor.
Okay. Also, I drew the restrooms there. You'll see these appropriate symbols. Down this corridor, turn right, and it's a few steps down the corridor. There's an alcove there with a men's room and a ladies' room. Parking. We should be able to park pretty much anywhere we want in this parking lot, including the Nintendo space over the weekend. And Nintendo apparently has a parking lot across the street, which we can also use. So parking should not be an issue. We have instructions for how to get on there wireless. Some of you have wireless. We only have a few of these, so we have a few minus one of these. So if you need it, use it, figure out how to get on, and then put it back out here where somebody else can get it. We have name tags here. If you feel the need for a name tag, by all means put one on. You know, it's up to you. I don't have strong bias.